folks, hit the Cody Entry. Well, of course, the moment I upload my video, Paizo comes out and releases a Day One Errata for the player's core, GM core, and compatibility information for the rest of the current rulebooks. Let's chat about what they have errated already, shall we? Now, first I want to point out just how short of a window that Paizo had to create these books. So when the OGL debacle hit, which I will post a link to my video about that up here-ish somewhere, Paizo decided to create the ORC, the Open RPG Creative License. And their goal was to remove all OGL references within all of their products going forward. Now, I won't rehash the whole OGL thing, but with the move away from it, Paizo had to redesign the game with a focus on removing OGL naming conventions and other things that could tie back to Wizards of the Coast. That was at the end of January. So they began the remastered project and announced it at GAMA, the games manufacturing trade show, in Reno, Nevada, in roughly the end of March. In the publishing world, it takes time to print and ship, which meant these books had to be in Paizo's warehouse and at their distribution partners by no later than about November 1st in order to start shipping to game stores and through Paizo's own warehouse. To get the books by November, or likely mid-October, the printers had to have the books by latest, very late June. They needed to get into the printing queue and then be quality checked, etc. So this gave the Paizo team about maybe 5 months to completely overhaul 2 rule books. Now that is a Herculean task for any team. They pulled team members from other projects, including Starfinder, to ensure that this could hit the deadline. So this ensures that their future releases stay on track and are under the ORC as well. So time was of the essence. Of course, things were missed or errors were made. That would happen even if the lead time was doubled. So let's get into what they had to post as errata. Now, I'm not going to go into a line-by-line read-through. I'll have a link to the FAQ in the description below so you can peruse it as you like. One of the big highlights was the fighter's aggressive block is now a free action, not a reaction, which was just a mistake. They said they removed Grim Tendrils from the Divine spell list, so sorry about that, Divine Casters. Additionally, effects were added to certain spells like Clear Mind, Sound Body, and Sure Footing. Several spells had traits added to or removed from them, such as Subtle or the removal of the attack traits, some spells that actually didn't have an attack roll. I think the most critical of the changes comes to the recovery checks, which I covered in my previous video. So they've removed the plus wounded condition, if any, to the entirety of the rule. So this goes back to the original printing in the basic core rulebook. Again, this is up to each table to decide if they want to use the rules as printed or rules as errated, etc. Your table, you play the way that you guys find the most interesting and the most fun. Going into the remainder of the Day One Errata compatibility, we see that the GM core had a few items in it. Then you can look at the core rulebook remaster compatibility to see how to quasi-update your current classes and how they are intended to kind of work in the remastered. The most notable is, of course, the champion with the removal of alignment. It is pretty much the basis for the entirety of that errata. I think the monk gets one little footnote about key strikes at the end, blink, and you just might miss it. So just remember that this is optional, but getting a few things into the flow of your game at this point will help set you up and make it kind of easier to swap in July when the Player Core 2 releases. Most of the text involves removal of alignment, changing your damage to holy or unholy, adding in spirit instead of alignment damage, void and vitality damage has been added where it needs to be, etc. They updated cantrips to replicate those in the player's core rulebook, dropping the ability modifier for damage with an additional dice of damage. Then there's also the Dark Archives, Secret of Magic, and Advanced Player Guides compatibility, which go through the same updates for some other classes such as the Magus or playing an Unholy Champion. So Paizo has stated they plan to do updates every 6 months or so, but I really can see a few more errata updates for the Player Core coming up sooner as more eyes hit the pages and we ask for a lot more clarifications and a lot more questions. So when it was announced on Facebook, I did ask about the current PDF and if that will be updated. They said yes, but not right away, which makes a bit of sense. They have a lot on their plate. I have no clue how hard it is to alter those working copies, but let's hope it's within a month. In the meantime and in between time, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the errata. Were there any things that they missed? Are there things you would like to see clarified in a future update? If you're enjoying these videos, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and even click that bell for notifications on new videos. Leave a comment and even share the video to help get some more eyes on the channel. I'm looking to hit about 500 subscriber mark by the end of the year, so thank you all to everyone who's participating in these conversations. So thank you all for watching, and may all your games be full of myth, earth, and magic. Cheers.